I have not slept, I have not eaten, I have not showered, and I have not shaved since my last video. I have just played Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey. And it's brought it all down to this. The Stanley Cup final between the Bruins and the Avalanche, also known as my ideal Stanley Cup finals. But I will not be defeated. I've played a lot of games of this. I have learned a lot about this game. First of all, what I said about rubber banding one video ago, it's rubber banding all the time, constantly. I gave it the benefit of the doubt as a Midway Sports title, and that's all it does. I'll especially notice this. If I go up by 3 goals, which at this point is a miracle when that happens, I know it's short-lived, because I'll have a goal scored on me 2 seconds later. I'm down 3-0 right now. And that's partially because I'm not 100% focused and I need to be focused. But also because the game is very much like an arcade game and it's gotten progressively harder the whole time. I didn't have too much trouble once I started focusing solely on the gameplay after I had failed miserably to beat Buffalo and Ottawa. But towards the end, when you get to the Western Conference teams, which is how it goes, I was losing and getting frustrated, and I don't know if this frame rate is going to keep up for some reason. And I also am going to get my ass kicked. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, shall we? Let's try and... Hey! I don't know how that happened. That actually has not happened yet. I've had several goals going on when I intended to pass the puck. I haven't seen anything like that yet, which is weird. Because when I started playing this, I assumed that the game wouldn't let a goal go in if you hadn't, like, shot the puck. If you didn't intend on having the puck go in, it wouldn't register as a goal, because I could have sworn that I saw one that kind of like went in on a pass and didn't end up counting.
20 seconds left.
A goal where they don't give you credit for it in this game is astounding. This is embarrassing. Wow. Colorado is appropriately good as the defending champs. I thought I'd be more. There we go. It's giving me a little bit of credit, but I can tell this is not going to get much better. Jeez. Oh my god, my worst was against Vancouver. I think I lost to Vancouver 4 times before I beat them. And really what it is this is Midway taking arcade so literally with how they do the setup of their game. They just took it right from an arcade format. And so like a Mortal Kombat or something like that, you are just running the gauntlet and it's getting progressively more, basically getting the middle finger up higher on you because it hates you. This game hates you. And when I started saying like, oh, it's not even a big deal when you get scored on. It's a big deal when you know, you get the puck stolen off of you right off of one face off and 2 seconds later it's in the back of the net. It's frustrating when you somehow manage to keep pressure on through a good like 30 seconds. There's a goal right there. Thank you. I'm looking at 3, which is I shouldn't be down more than 3. It's frustrating when you get like 10 shots and they actually show some goaltending prowess on the other end, and then you give up one of these, and you just know it's going in. Yeah, 8-6. There we go. My last couple games have been actually really low scoring, because I learned sort of how to play defense. It's definitely, if there's a balance between when you want to poke check and when you want to stick check, just like most hockey games, but it's especially in this game because it's so different. It can fuck you up so bad. And I've also adopted, I've learned what my special move in this game is, which is just clear it down to the other end of the ice in a panic just to get it away from my own goal. That's what I do all the time. And if I have a lead in the third period, I win a face-off. That's all I do. It usually doesn't even work out for me because I have like no ability to chase it in this game. Wow, I'm within one. This might actually work out thanks to this glorious rubber banding that they've incorporated here. Like right here, I'm clearing it. I'm not gonna score a goal here. I'm just getting it out because they can score a goal in 2 seconds. I can't. Oh Jesus. At the end of this game, whether I win or lose, you'll be able to see my stats. You'll be able to see how many times I lost, and the one really embarrassing tie that I had against Toronto. I tied Toronto 10-10, and the overtime, as you may have seen, is only 30 seconds. It usually doesn't take 30 seconds for either team to score. You usually get 2 good. Oh, it's tied. Oh my God. Oh, this is great. But you usually get at least one good attack on either end, and either one of you can score on that attack. But somehow I managed to go 30 seconds. I'm in the lead. Jesus Christ, this feels good. Oh my God, before it didn't even matter. Like, I was up, I was down, and you just know you're going to lose it, but somehow, like, this just started to matter with the last two divisions. And it doesn't even matter, like, I'm keeping it close now. When I started this game and I went down so quick, they scored, I think, 7 goals on me in the first period. And I was just like, alright, this is not going to end well. I'm just going to talk a lot. Catch everybody up. There's a goal. Oh my God. It really has gotten just a whole lot harder in the, I think, 40 games or so I've played. 25 wins that I've had. I feel like it gets a lot harder to pull off a one-timer for one thing. The number one thing that you start to miss is just the absolute ability to have a chance to do a power shot that matters. Maybe once a game I can really pull off a power shot and feel like if I had actually made a difference by being able to do it. What's the score? Am I up? I'm up. Alright, yeah, okay, now I'm not. I jinxed myself. Alright, whatever. As long as I keep it tied, I don't really care right now. I'm gonna... Give me that puck. Give me it. Jeez. It's not happening. You're not doing this to me. Yes, you are. Shit. I got this. I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, there you go. Oh my God. Whew. This is incredibly stressful. This is night and day from the first video I made. This is every goal matters, and it sucks because every goal comes so quickly. And this feeling is just so fleeting. But do it. Don't let them score. Okay. Oh my God, we're going to OT. This is high for the last division though, for sure. My last couple games, I would have it would be like probably 6 or 7. A few of them got up to 10 or 11 goals, but it was always close because they rubber band the shit out of you in this game, and I don't know why I ever thought it wasn't doing that. Get out of here.
20 seconds left.
Oh my God. Oh, now I'm freaking out. I'm not going to be embarrassed if I tie. Yes! Oh my God.
That's the end of the game.
Oh, holy shit. That feels so good, actually. Oh, man. Now you get to see the stats, what everybody's missed when I've been trying to just chip away at this. So, I still lost 19 games, and I tied once against the Maple Leafs. And the thing about doing this arcade mode is you still have to beat them. So a tie is a little bit embarrassing, but it's the same thing as a loss. You'll notice it says no assists. What that means is that you have if you're always controlling the person with the puck, it's always gonna be accredited to you as a goal because I'm not playing with anybody else. I have nobody on my team. So there's no passing going on to somebody else who's not shooting. That's all me. So I get 407 goals credited to me. And that's how many goals I've scored across the whole arcade mode. And then my plus minus is 9. That's about what it's going to be if you choose to play this whole arcade mode, because you will not be in the league for very long. Shots on goal, 14-11. 46 games, 26, that's beating every team in the league once. I can't believe Vancouver was the toughest. I lost to them 4 times. But I did not expect to beat the Avalanche on my first try. I thought this was going to be a 25-minute video, to be honest with you, and I might not have even beat them on the second try. And I didn't think I was going to beat them with the way that game started off. But this has been a hell of a ride, and I am the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference champion. And
Tonight's matchup.
Oh my!
Versus the United States.
Great.
Here's the opening face-off.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. I don't care if I win. Can we do it?
Bombs away. What a save!
Towards the end of this, I started to feel like the power shots almost didn't even matter if I could pull them off. The only ones that seemed to really make a difference were the ones that knocked the goalie into the net with the puck. And they would always be scored from the slot, because that's when that particular type of animation comes in. And the slot is the #1 scoring zone in the game anyway. So even then, if I had scored, I set the net on fire and everything, it feels awesome and everything, but you get the feeling that it was going in anyway. And then a lot of the power shots just kind of got straight up blocked by the end of it. So it feels really good early on to do the power shots because it looks great. But I don't know how much of a difference they make. And I'm down 2-0. I don't even really care because I should be Stanley Cup champion. They should have said that when I beat the Eastern Conference teams. They said you're the Eastern Conference champion. And then I went on and played the Western Conference teams, and I should have said the Western Conference champion right there, even though I'm the Bruins. And it should have then said you're the Stanley Cup champions, because in this arcadey setup, you beat the last person to win, and that's how you become #1. So I would have been the Stanley Cup champion, beating the Avalanche, who would have been the Stanley Cup champions for this game, which is why they were saved for absolute last. Except for the USA team, apparently. I wonder if I'm going to face the Canada team. I don't know if that's going to happen. There is, of course, Olympic Hockey Nagano 98, which is just the exact same thing as the 98 version of Wayne Gretzky hockey, only changed to the Olympic format. So this is essentially like a preview of what I'm going to get out of... I don't know if there's any national teams in Wayne Gretzky hockey. I would assume there isn't, but I could be wrong. Oh, that felt good. That was a great shot. But anyway, we're still in 1996 here. And overall, playing this game, gotta say that this is probably one of the best sports games on the system. I'm just disappointed that I don't have the ability to play multiplayer when I'm doing this, because it would give you the real fun that comes out of playing this game. The only way that I have to play is to play, you know, just standard exhibition games, or I can just make myself miserable and try to beat every team, which became just an ordeal, basically. Trying to beat every team, because the way that this game rubber bands, you get robbed in the very last minute. I can't tell you how many goals got scored on me with 1 second or 0 seconds left on the clock. That's one of the most ridiculous things about this game, is that Midway is literally stealing from themselves with NBA Jam, because even though it's not how it works in hockey, you seem like you get a buzzer beater shot. I have scored goals with 0 seconds on the clock because I let them go off my stick, and then they went in the net, and then there was no like extra face-off or anything. That was it. That was the end of the period. So there's more in common with I'm up on USA. Basically, there's more in common with this game with NBA Jam than the simulation hockey games for the most part, for real hockey. I got really frustrated by the fact that it definitely wasn't changing the lines on me without me asking. So ultimately, I just kind of had to turn off player fatigue, because that's hurting me in a way that I'm not asking for. I'm asking for basically to automatically change the lines if my players get tired. Well, I guess I'm just gonna kind of go with it as they're not gonna get tired if you're not going to change them when they do. Which I was still able to change once I started the arcade mode. They still let me do that. Other things like period length and difficulty setting, you can't change those, for obvious reasons. But they did still let me change player fatigue and line settings. I've had a hell of a time playing this game, because it's a really addicting game if you're doing something like trying to beat every team. But it does feel a little bit tedious if you know you're not having anybody else to pal around with doing it, or have anybody on your team to play co-op, basically, because this is a game that's made for this system. This is probably one of the best way they could have done a sports game out of the gate, was to do something that allows you to do 2-on-2, and then the next sports game that would come out after this, which I'm really excited for because it's great, is NBA Hang Time, which looks not up to speed for the graphics of the 64, but I will say I played that more before doing this video than I played Wayne Gretzky's hockey, to be honest. And that was, I mean, that's the same deal. You can have 2-on-2 because it's basically NBA Jam. And if you really wanted to show off to somebody what the 64 can do that you don't get on the PS1, you get local multiplayer, because this system has always been the king of local multiplayer. And if you really think about it, yeah, I did remember reading that this is the first 4-player game, and I can vouch for that because Super Mario is not 4-player, Pilot Wings is not 4-player, Mortal Kombat Trilogy is not 4-player simultaneous, obviously, and that should have been. Basically, I have one strategy, which is to shoot in the slot, and I'm surprised at how often I've been able to do it if it's supposed to be so hard now. But Wave Race is only 2-player. So yeah, this is the first 4-player game on the system. And it works. It works beautifully. It works for the same reason that, like, ESPN NHL, like 2K5 and that series is best, because you don't have to just play a hockey game, you can play those mini games. I love those. If you ever played the 2K hockey games, they have a party mode, which is full of just like crazy skill challenge type mini games tied up with a minute left. This you can play what's basically really a real hockey game, but also is in the game. get it in the net. 10-9. This is about the point when, even though it's they're still going to be able to mount an offense against me, I'm going to clear the puck out every time I get it, so that I can drain seconds off the clock. Oh, I would have loved to go up by 2 goals, even though they would have rubber banded the shit out of me right there. Oh, at this point, going up by 2 goals is a gift and a curse. But I feel like with 20-something seconds left, I can pull it off.
He stops him. 20 seconds left. What was he thinking? He turns it over.
Oh, I've had to listen to the announcer for this entire arcade mode sort of thing. Get it out of there. They've still got time for basically one last rush as soon as they get the puck away from me, which I assume they will. Like right now. There it is. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's that double zeros on the clock, but we're going to overtime, and this is a much longer video than I had anticipated because I thought we'd be done after I beat the Avalanche.
Bombs away! He deflects it!
Oh, this is nuts.
1 second, deflected!
Gets to this point where you see them going into your own zone, and you just go, oh, they're gonna score, they're gonna score, they're gonna score. That's what playing through the harder teams has done to me. Assuming that every time I lose control of the puck, it means I'm going to get scored on. So right there. And also I started clearing it every time I got the puck in my own zone because it's absolutely impossible to get it out most of the time. But whatever, I'm not even upset I lost. That's what this game does to you. It's just difficult.
Tonight's matchup, Boston. Here's the opening faceoff.
I don't know if this is supposed to be like the final boss or something like that. I don't know if there's going to be more teams when it finishes up, but I'm going to leave it at this. If you haven't played Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, then you're missing out on probably the best sports game on the 64. Great 4-player that you didn't get to see with any of my videos, but I'm going to mark this down in the back lockery as I beat this shit because even though it's a hockey game, that was tough. That was an ordeal. And I'm done with it. On to the next game. It's going to be it's not Cruising USA. What's before Cruising USA? It's going to be on the tip of my tongue. Killer Instinct. It's Killer Instinct Gold. That's what it is. So get ready to watch me suck at that. Because I'm bad at fighting games. I'm really bad at Killer Instinct because it's hard. Peace out. I'm the Stanley Cup champion. Don't let anybody tell you different.